Hey all, welcome to the channel. Brendan here, aka Cliff Jumper, and today we are going to be doing headlight restoration on our Gen 1 Sequoia. I know that many of you feel the pain. Those old plastic headlight covers just turn cloudy and yellow, and then they're not really putting much light out on the road at all. Fortunately, you don't have to spend a whole lot of money or time or effort to fix that, and I'm going to show you how we do that today. Let's get to it. First of all, we're going to be looking at our Sequoia, and yeah, you may notice that the headlights are pretty gross. They are in need of some love. So we're going to do some headlight restoration using the 3M Headlight Restoration Kit. I have used this previously. It is not a permanent solution, but it is a pretty good solution. It at least buys me a good couple of years between having to do it. So it's been a couple of years, it's time to do it again. And I might try a little trick to see if it lasts even longer next time around. Now, most people that do headlight restoration are probably not gonna remove the headlight from their car. So I'm gonna treat this like most people, and I'm gonna put masking tape on so that we don't do anything to the paint. Now, just being real, this particular car is 20 years old, 21 now, and has 200,000 miles, and the paint is probably more rock chip than paint at this point, but we are still going to treat this as if she was a pavement queen and and mask off the surfaces just like somebody else who legitimately cares about their car will do. So just where the buffer is going to be around, I'm not overly concerned about hitting it right there. I will get this little corner up here just in case. But that's about it, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. If I end up buffing into the other clear plastic of the turn signal, no big deal. And again, I'm using the 3M Ultra Headlight Restoration Kit. I've used this before. I've used a number of other headlight restoration kits. This is the one I like the best. It actually comes with a little sanding disc and different pads so you can cut into the plastic and refresh the plastic. It does come with a wipe-on treatment for the lens that's supposed to be something with a UV protectant and a clear coat to seal it. And again, your mileage may vary. I found that it works okay. Good enough for a couple of years, and then it starts to yellow again. The ideal way to do this would be to take the headlights off after I do the restoration and apply a 2K clear coat to them that has hardener on it that will last through Southern California sunshine and you know, all the elements that you'll run into, which do tend to break down the sealant. But for our purposes today, I'm just gonna do the 3M sealant that comes with this, and then because I don't feel like pulling these off and doing all the things. There you go, being lazy. The first thing we're gonna do is spray down the lenses and wipe off any sort of bugs or dirt or anything that's contaminating them. That's like a big contaminant. I got a couple of bug spots here. We'll get those gone. Not concerned about being too meticulous because we're going to be cutting into this with sandpaper. So next we are going to take the 500 grit sandpaper and stick it on our disc, and we're going to actually lubricate the lenses and sand them down. Wipe it, sand it, we'll do it a few times. Now, a lot of people get to this point and think, oh my God, what have I done? I've ruined my light. No, keep at it. Trust the process. It's gonna be fine. So I'm gonna do another pass with the 500 grit, and then I'm going to move to the next grit of sandpaper and keep going. Okay, so we've got our desired cloudy surface across the entire thing here. That's what we want it to look like. Now we're going to move on to the 800 grit. And again, I'm going to lubricate the disc a little bit. I'm going to lubricate the lens as we wet sand it. And we're going to make initially, about 4 to 6 passes with this. We're looking for an even frosted look. So let me dry it off for a second.
5 minutes later.
Pretty good. I'm going to give it one more top to bottom pass, wipe it, and then we'll move on to the next step. I'm going to get rid of all the slurry that's been accumulating as we have sanded. Okay, now this is like a 3000 grit sandpaper that we're going to also lubricate and go over. You do not need to use very much pressure at all on the pad. Just let the spinning action do the work. Do not let it get dry. Now this is not part of the 3M kit. This is just some polish that I'm going to use on here before we do the sealant. And this is just basic turtle wax. It's called lens clarifying compound. So yeah, I am mixing and matching a couple of the headlight repair kit products, but this is what I have found lasts for a good couple of years before it needs attention again. So we're just going to do a hand polish. I'm not going to do a machine polish on this. I could, but I'm not going to. Just like Karate Kid, it's wax on, wax off. So I'm going to let this dry while we turn our attention to the other headlight. And then we'll come back and do the final sealer that will keep it. The headlight clear coat that we're supposed to wipe on here from top to bottom with one pass in each streak in order to make this happen. And then we leave it sitting for 15 minutes and we wipe it again. And then it's supposed to dry and leave a hard coat. And we have to do both lenses with the same thing. So we're gonna do our very best here to knock this out in one go. Hoping that it has not dried out. It is not feeling good here. Feels like whatever was on here dried out already. So despite my efforts to do this, I guess the only thing I can do is mask up and actually put the 2K clear coat on here. I do have some, so I'm going to go mask a little bit more and we'll do this.
5 minutes later.
To do a proper clear coating job, do not use clear coat like this. This is not going to do it. Regular Rust-Oleum. What you need is 2K. It's going to have this red dot in the top of the can. You actually remove it from the cap, punch it through the bottom of the can, and that releases a hardening agent in here. So that is what we're going to be using to clear coat these. So once again, with this stuff, there's a cap you have to put into the bottom, punch through to release the hardener agent, shake it a lot until it's ready to go. And now we're going to lay on some coats. So one coat, we're gonna let that sit for about 10 minutes. Same with the fog light down below. So we will let that rest and then we'll come back, give it another coat or two, and then we'll see how they do.
20 minutes later.
And over here on our headlights, we've added a couple of coats of clear and they look beautiful. This is great. So I think that the headlight restoration that we did is actually going to last for a little bit this time, and I'm going to let this cure for a little while longer, and then I'm going to go ahead and we will do the LED test tonight when it's dark and we can check it out.
2 hours later.
Yes, indeed, the headlight restoration turned out even better than I thought it was going to. And all right, I'm pretty excited. So I'm doing another video where we're testing the light pattern and output of some cheap LED light bulbs, and we're gonna do them in this. So we'll get out there on the road and measure the light output. We'll use a light meter, we'll get on the road and look what they actually do. So look for that video coming out very soon. And then, or actually, I take that back. I may have already done that video. I may have jumped the gun on this. So I might be doing this video that we're doing right now after the LED light test. Yes, as a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure we're gonna do that. So if you didn't see that video, check one of my previous videos and see how good the light output is now that we've cleaned these and reconditioned them and put in some proper LED bulbs. So anyway, God bless. Thanks for tuning in. If you wouldn't mind hitting like and maybe subscribing, it costs you nothing, but I am a one-person, little tiny channel, and it really helps with the algorithm. So we'll have some more Sequoia content. We'll have some more R32 content. We also have all sorts of stuff that we get into. So God bless you. Let me know what you're working on in the comments, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
And on that terrible disappointment, it's time to say goodbye. We'll be back.